Hey guys, what's going on? It's Clever Techie, and in this video, we're going to learn how to install Composer on Windows. Composer is a dependency manager for PHP, which we'll be using for quickly installing and managing PHP packages. Let's go to their website at getcomposer.org. And here, if you click on Browse Packages, it'll take you to a website called packages.org, which is a main Composer repository, which has all the PHP packages available for installation by Composer. So we can search for all kinds of PHP packages and browse them and install them with the Composer. But for now, let's go ahead and download and install the Composer, and I can show you an example of how to install one of those packages later. So back to the Composer website, click on Download. And here it says the installer will download Composer for you and set up your path environment variable, so you can simply call Composer from any directory. So we don't have to worry about, setting up the environment variables ourselves. The installation file will do this for us. So let's go ahead and click on Composer Setup to download the file. And then open the installation file. Click Next. And then here you want to provide the path where your PHP executable is installed. Click Next. We're not going to be using the proxies. Click Next. And finally install. Okay, so Setup has installed Composer on your computer. Open a command window and type Composer. So I'm going to click Finish and open up the command prompt and type Composer. And if everything went well, you should get all this information displayed about the Composer. And we now have the latest version of Composer 1.7.2 successfully installed and ready to use. And now I want to give you guys an example of how to actually use the Composer. So let's go back to packages.org. And we're going to install one of the packages. Let's go ahead and install PHP Mailer, which is a very useful class for all kinds of PHP mailing functionality. So here we're going to click on the actual class. And you'll get the description of the class, of all its features, and why you might want to use it. But here's what makes Composer awesome. All we have to do is type the single command in the directory where we want this class installed, and Composer is going to download and install all the files automatically in that directory. So I'm just going to copy this and then open up the command prompt and navigate to the directory where I want to install PHP Mailer. I already have an empty directory created. So for now, it's just an empty directory called Mail App. So I'm going to paste that command, hit Enter. And at this point, the Composer will go ahead and grab all the necessary files and download them inside of that directory. And while it's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and create a new project in NetBeans. Call it PHP Mailer. And I'm just going to navigate to that same directory and modify the project URL and click Finish. And now if I open up the source files, you can see that Composer has downloaded all the necessary files for the PHP Mailer. So we're now ready to use it. And now all we have to do is load the actual class. So let's go back to packages.org and scroll down here, and under a simple example, it'll tell you exactly how to load it and how to use the actual class along with all the settings. So for now, let's go ahead and just copy these lines here to include the class inside of our PHP file. And I'm going to go ahead and create a new file. Name it index.php and just copy the whole thing inside of here. Now I'm going to view it in the browser, and there are no errors, which means the class has been loaded successfully. Now, just to show you guys an example of a mail message, I'm going to go ahead and paste my settings here. And these are just the connection settings along with my credentials. So feel free to replace them with your own connection settings. And if I run this file now, if everything goes well, I should receive a message with this subject, PHP mailer, and it's also going to have a message, hello, this message was sent using PHP mailer class, and it will also have an attachment, which is going to be an image of a tree. So let's see if everything works. I'm gonna run the file. And then you'll get all these server messages, but if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you should have message sent. So now I'm gonna go ahead and open up Outlook and see if I got the actual message with the attachment. And here's the message, PHP mailer test message. Here's the body of the message, and there's the tree attachment as well. So everything is working. And that's how you install Composer on Windows. I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Clever Techie out.